For centuries, Aristotle's philosophy of nature provided the scaffolding of human thought. The cosmos was geocentric, the heavens immutable, and living beings defined by fixed essences and purposes. Physics, astronomy, and biology all rested on this grand teleological vision. So what made us turn away? In 1543, the foundations began to tremble. Nicholas Copernicus placed the sun at the center of the universe, overturning the Aristotelian idea of natural place. That same year, Andreas Vesalius dissected the human body with unprecedented precision, replacing Galenic anatomy with direct observation. The body was no longer a mystery explained by humors and forms, it was a structure to be mapped. In 1972, Tycho Brahe's supernova shattered the belief in perfect, unchanging heavens. Galileo's telescope soon revealed moons circling Jupiter, phases of Venus, and blemishes on the sun. The Aristotelian cosmos was crumbling. Meanwhile, biology was undergoing its own revolution. In 1628, William Harvey demonstrated the circulation of blood, showing the heart as a pump rather than a vessel of vital spirits. In 1665, Robert Hooke's microscope unveiled the cellular fabric of life, and Antony van Leeuwenhoek soon discovered sperm cells and bacteria, exposing hidden worlds Aristotle had never imagined. René Descartes entered this shifting landscape with a radical mechanistic philosophy. Matter was extension, divisible and measurable, stripped of Aristotelian forms and final causes. Yet he preserved a metaphysical dualism, the immaterial mindset apart from the mechanistic body. Finally, in 1687, Isaac Newton published the Principia Mathematica. With his laws of motion and universal gravitation, Aristotle's physics was dismantled once and for all. The universe was no longer a hierarchy of purposes, but a vast machine governed by mathematical law. Biology followed suit in the centuries to come. Darwin's Origin of Species in 1959 dissolved the Aristotelian fixity of species, replacing it with evolution and contingency. In the 20th century, molecular biology and genetics reduced life to chemistry and information, erasing the last vestiges of Aristotelian vital forces. By the modern era, Aristotelian physics and biology had been dismantled piece by piece. Yet his metaphysics' questions of essence, causality, and purpose remained. The scientific revolution replaced Aristotle's cosmos with mechanism, but the deeper philosophical questions he raised continue to echo in debates about mind, identity, and the meaning of life. Modern relevance of Aristotelian metaphysics. Revival of Neo-Aristotelianism. Contemporary philosophers argue that Aristotle's metaphysical categories, substance, essence, causality, still provide tools for thinking about reality. There's even a renaissance of Aristotelian metaphysics in academic philosophy. Beyond physics. While Aristotelian physics was dismantled, his metaphysics addresses questions science doesn't settle. What is being? What makes something the kind of thing it is? These remain timeless philosophical concerns. Virtue ethics and human flourishing. Aristotle's ethical framework, rooted in metaphysical ideas of human nature and telos, continues to influence modern moral philosophy, especially through thinkers like Alasdair MacIntyre the Collector. Philosophy of science. Some philosophers use Aristotelian metaphysics to critique reductionism. For example, the idea of formal causes resonates with modern discussions about emergent properties in biology and systems theory. Theological and cosmological thought. Even though the prime mover is no longer a scientific hypothesis, it remains a live concept in theology and metaphysics, reframed as a way of thinking about ultimate causation. Friction zones with modern science. Mechanistic worldview versus teleology. Modern science explains phenomena in terms of efficient causes, which are mechanisms, while Aristotle emphasized final causes, which are purposes. The tension persists in debates about whether biology, consciousness, or ethics can be fully mechanized. Identity and persistence. Questions like, what makes a person the same over time? Or, what defines a species? Often draw on Aristotelian notions of essence and substance. Metaphysics as foundational. Even in analytic philosophy, many argue that metaphysics provides the conceptual scaffolding science presupposes but cannot itself justify. What this means today. Aristotelian metaphysics survives as philosophy, not physics. It no longer explains planetary motion or falling bodies, but it still frames debates about essence, causality, and purpose. Neo-Aristotelian metaphysics is used to resist extreme reductionism, offering a richer account of reality that includes structure, emergence, and normative dimensions. Ethics and politics continue to draw on Aristotelian ideas of human flourishing, showing that metaphysics still informs lived practice. In short, Aristotle's physics was dismantled, but his metaphysics remains a living tradition reshaped to engage with modern science, ethics, and philosophy. It's less about explaining the cosmos mechanically, and more about asking the enduring questions of what it means to be, to act, and to flourish.